It is week 4 of the Get Shit Done Challenge, and today we are talking about not being afraid to be spammy. Hi, I'm Sam Nordberg, and as I said, this week we're not doing weekly mini training, we're doing the Get Shit Done Challenge, because sometimes you really just have to knuckle down and get stuff done. I'm sorry, it has to happen. And today we're talking about not feeling spammy. You see, part of the reason I have with people promote, part of the problem I see people having with self-promotion of any sort, so telling people they've got a new program, telling people they've got this awesome online course, whatever these things might be, is they get worried about being spammy. And I completely get it, I understand. But there's a couple of reasons why you don't need to worry about that. Number one, only part of your email list ever opens your emails. Now, your open rate might be anything from 15% to 30%. Hell, you might get more like 50%. But even if you get 50%, that still means the other 50% of your newsletter list or your email list never saw it. They just didn't get it. So you can send it again, especially to them, and let them know. It's not that you're being spammy, it's just that they didn't see it the first time, and we know that from the stats. It's the same on your Facebook then, right? Let's say you post about your brand new program or your online course on your Facebook page. You can see the number of people who've reached. Now, if your Facebook page is anything like mine, that number is much, much smaller than the number of people on your page. Now, I'm reaching sometimes about 12% of my page up to, say, about 20% of my page on a regular basis. But some pages I know are getting reach as low as 3 to 4% of their page. 3%. That means if you post something about your brand new program or whatever that might be, that 97% of people haven't seen that yet. That's phenomenal, right? So it's the same, right? If you post in a group or if you post on your personal profile, sure, some people will see that, but not everyone is ever going to see that. Maybe they're not online at the time. Maybe their Facebook is manic and they've got so much going on they just didn't get that far. There are so many reasons why someone didn't see your thing. It's not that they don't love it. It's not that you didn't tell them. It's just that you didn't tell them enough. There is so much else going on in their world that they just haven't had an opportunity to see that thing yet. They just haven't. This is the problem people face, right? So they post it once on their Facebook page and then no one buys, and then they feel really bad that no one's buying their thing, and it's because just no one has seen it yet. You have to be brave and you have to be able to share this thing lots, and I mean lots. That means several emails. That means posts on perhaps a daily basis, especially while you're in launch mode, if not more often. That means really telling everyone about this thing. Now, okay, so some people are going to get a little bit frustrated about hearing about this. And I'll be honest with you, I feel that way often through B-School promotion period. So if you know anything about Marie Forleo, you know she runs this thing called B-School. I'm obviously in her target market. I'm a young female entrepreneur, which means that what I would normally happen is I just get absolutely hammered with promotional material during that launch period because obviously they're trying to make sure that I've seen it. But you know what happens if I don't want it? I just unsubscribe from it. Now, yeah, that will happen with your audience too. If they don't want your thing, they're going to unsubscribe. But that's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that people hate you. It just means that they weren't interested in that thing. And that's okay, because they don't have to be. And sure, you have 1 less person on your list now, or 10 less people on your list now. But you know what? They weren't right for you. They weren't going to buy your thing. They were just sitting on your list because they hadn't unsubscribed yet. Yeah? They weren't there for you. They were just waiting to unsubscribe, and you gave them the opportunity. So today, as part of the Get Shit Done Challenge, because I know a lot of you are chasing new clients or sales figures or whatever it might be, I need to remind you not to be afraid to be spammy and to make sure people really know what you're up to and what you're doing. You have to tell them, and you have to tell them again and again, and you have to be damn proud about what you're doing. Because if you don't tell them, if you don't always get there in their face, they just don't know. They have no idea, right? You have my permission. You can post more than once. You can email more than once. It is okay. I promise you that it is. That's it for this week. So my challenge for you this week, if you haven't done so already, is go and tell people what this thing is you're working on. You're using this Get Shit Challenge to do something. Create a website, write a book, write a course, whatever it might be. So go and tell people what you're doing, and tell them more than once, and tell them in more than one place. Tell them on your Twitter and your Facebook and your Instagram and your email and wherever else. But just make sure they know. Make sure they know. Okay? All right. That's it for this video. But as always, guys, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit subscribe. I would love to have you here. And you can go and check out other videos that you might like to see.